Well, I'm Jason Morton with CZ USA. You know, this week's a pretty special week as far as I'm concerned. It's the rut in South Texas. And I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to come down here and chase some whitetails. So, we're in South Texas. It's the second week of December. There's really not a better place and time for a whitetail hunter to be set up. Problem is it's 75 degrees right now, so it's a little warmer than we'd like. We're set up, got a draw right in front of us. It goes on off to our left. Got a feeder out in front of us. Expect them to start filtering down. Yeah. We might try a little rattling if it gets slow. We know there's a good shooter buck that's coming in here we saw on the camera. We also know that there's an even bigger buck that didn't come in last time my buddy Josh was sitting here, so he couldn't really tell exactly what it is, but all he knows is that all the other bucks were scared. Little bucks were scared, even that mature 6-year-old was scared, so there could be a real monster in here. You know, the week started out good, but I mean, we had action. We had deer on the stand. You know, we were covered up with javelina at Big Draw. We had them there pretty much the whole time we were in the stand. You know, our first sit and the second sit, they were back as well. You know, we did have some deer come by, but it's really kind of strange. You know, we didn't really see any mature deer. We saw, you know, lots of younger deer, bucks and does alike. Anyway, after a couple sets of Big Draw, you know, it was basically the same story. So we decided, let's change things up. Let's try a different stand. You know, the deer we were hoping were going to come in there weren't coming in there. And at that time, we hadn't really figured out that, you know, this was a different week than it should have been. We decided to go hunt a stand called Owl Barn, and we had a pretty good idea that there was a decent buck there. We'd had a few pictures on that stand. And he was fairly regular. He's not a huge scoring deer, but a very cool deer. I mean, he's a pretty buck. It wasn't too long after, you know, the sun came up that we had 3 coyotes show up. And I am so torn because I desperately wanted to shoot those coyotes, but I also knew that, you know, that is just the best time in the morning. If you're gonna get up and go through the effort of hunting in the morning and you're trying to get a big buck, even with the suppressor on the gun, I think if those deer are within about 100 yards, you have a chance of spooking them. If they're further away than 100 yards, you're not gonna spook them when you're shooting the suppressor. I held off. I was kind of kicking myself for doing it, and then we saw a buck walk in. As it comes in, starting to get a little better look at it. It's kind of short, it's definitely wide. See it coming, you know, start evaluating the body. It's actually an older buck than I thought it was, and I decided that, yeah, this was the right one for me. It was just too pretty and too perfect to pass up. And after I had to hold off shooting those coyotes, I needed to get a buck on the ground so I could really start going after the pigs and coyotes. So that was very cool. That was my first buck, you know, from this ranch, and I was really excited about getting one down here because I know the kind of deer they have here. I love wide whitetails, and this one was perfect. It was just a buck I couldn't pass up. Been tearing up some trees, that's for sure. Yeah, he's definitely a mature buck.
Nice and wide, pretty guy. You know, this is why you come to South Texas, really. I mean, this, you get that wide, just pretty shape to him too. I love them.
I love them too.
Yeah.
It's like people just see it.
No, it's so cool. That's so cool. I love the wide bucks. In fact, some of my favorites, are even shorter tined than this. Just, wide, just look like a picket fence laid out,
Yeah.
I love it. No, that's cool. Alyssa, who handles the video production for CZ USA, was with me on this hunt. She filmed me most of the time, and I had told her that, I wanted to get her on some pigs because she'd never done any big game hunting before. She's never got a deer. She's never got a pig. She's done some small game in the past, but this was exciting for her.
So I'm out here in South Texas. I came down here to Jason. We rode down 14 and a half hours outside of Miranda City, and we've been here for about a week now. It's Thursday night, and both guys got both their bucks. Both of them pretty decent size. Got both of those on camera, and the guys decided we all wanted to take some pork home, and so they decided, let's put the camera grill in front of the gun and let's shoot a pig. And
lo and behold, we had pigs come in, and I'd sat that stand previously this week, and we hadn't seen swine one. I push the button on the camera and hope that I'm doing it right. Alyssa gets on the gun and she pulls the trigger, and she absolutely does it right because that pig just falls over. So awesome, we got a pig down.
There you go, right there in the shoulder. Oh, nice.
oh my God. Oh yeah.
We'd only given it about 5 minutes, and another group of pigs come in. In this group, they're all gathered around the feeder, about 5 of them, and they keep on, mixing up. They're getting in front of each other, getting behind each other, crowding each other. It's not that easy, to shoot a pig if you're not wanting to wound the one in back of it.
Right. See that one that's stepping out to the left? Wait till he goes a little further, then take him. Yeah, now.
Where did it go?
She was a stone cold pig slayer. I'm sitting over there. It's just so much fun when you're taking somebody, for their first, hunt, and they're excited. They have the anticipation. They're really wanting to do it. It's for me, it's almost more, definitely in some cases more exciting than being on the gun.
So the guys decided to put a camera gal behind a gun and took 3 shots and killed 3. And the guys are out there searching for the pig. I thought I didn't hit one of them, and I guess I hit all 3. And yeah, we didn't get the last pig on camera, but it got really dark out, and Jason started tapping me, and he's like, Alyssa. He's like, there's some hogs coming out. So we had to switch seats back and forth because sometimes he needs to shoot, sometimes I do. But yeah, killed all 3, and it's been awesome. This was so much fun. Yeah, I've never killed big game before. I've always been searching for that deer that I've always wanted up in northern Nebraska, and never found it yet. So this is actually my first big game hunt. Took 3 shots, got all 3. So I'm pretty excited about it.
This was great. I had a good time here, as I have before. Even Alyssa, our video operator, got to get on the gun and get some pigs. So, it's just like it is in deer camp, almost all the time. You come down, you want to have a little bit of good hunting, get a little relaxing done, and you end up with not only memories and trophies and protein, but it's just good times. You're going to run into the best people in hunting camp, you're going to make the best friends, and you're going to keep them for life.